Hey guys, this is Andy Outdoorsman here again. And today, instead of winter muskrat sets, I'm going to be kind of doing a versatile spring and winter set. So, I'm going to be doing first a raccoon set, and then I'm going to be doing a muskrat set. So I'll start off with the raccoon set. And I'm just kind of going to use a visual aid of the tree that you'd be using. So I'm just going to take a piece of 2x4 and drill in your connie mount, and then just a short nail to put into the tree. And I just personally call this a tree set because it can be put into a tree that is at almost a 45-degree angle. I wouldn't say any higher. And then put the bait on the end, and then just take a 220 and put it here. And you can split your triggers or use connie pans or whichever you'd like to catch the coon with. But it's just as long as you set your 220 here. And I'll just put mine on and show you the example here. So let's get the 220 ready here. Slide it onto the connie mount.
Hey, we're filming, okay?
And then set it on the second bar. That'll be the tightest, so it'll work the best. So it'll look like that when you're looking up to the trees. And what I usually do for coon to make it better is bend out the triggers so it fits more around their shoulders so they don't hit their nose on it and fray away from the actual trap. And like I said earlier is about the connie pan. I won't go into too deep on this, but what the connie pan is just a thin piece of metal that slides onto triggers, and then you bend your trigger flat so there's no going away from the trap. There's no hitting their nose or anything. They can just hit the trap by walking through it with their foot. So, and like I said, the second trap I'm going to be making today is going to be a muskrat set. And this is going to be more your spring or later when the water is actually open and there's no ice or frost or anything. So what I did was I took a regular #1 coil spring. You can use a long spring or any other muskrat foothold that you'd like also. And I just took about 2 or 3 feet of wire, and it doesn't matter what gauge of wire. I think that should be whatever you think is sufficient to hold a muskrat, I guess. So I started off with, I suppose 16, maybe a little higher is where I started. And I attached it to the actual place where there's an S-hook attachment, or a J-hook, excuse me. And then I just tied a loop on the end. And the loop on this fork is to take a fencing nail, so you can nail it to the log or anything, because this is a drawn set. So you'll nail it to the bottom of a log, or a log that's parallel or anywhere next to the log that you're actually trapping on. So then you take your foothold here, and set it, and you can use any bait or lure that you want for this particular trap. And then as long as it's spaced out from the wire, because you want it to be a drowner set, that's what it's aimed for. And then I have special baits or lures that you can just put on a pan, and then they hit it, and then they fall in the water, and it's a quick, easy drowning set that only costs you a few bucks, and that's just trap and wire included. So these are all the sets I have for you today, and thanks for watching.